All right, so real quick, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of who SolidCAD is, and then I'm going to hand it over to Kisan to give us a demo, an actual demo. So real quick, SolidCAD was founded over 25 years ago. Throughout the years, the company has acquired other companies, has grown all the way up until today, where we now are proud to count over 140 employees in our company. As it says here as well, we're not just a reseller of product, but we also offer professional services. And we're going to see a little bit about what those are today. So our customers are included in each of these industries. We range from architecture, engineering, and construction. We also have a manufacturing division. And these are just a few examples of some of the products that we offer. So not only the Autodesk suite of products, including Revit and AutoCAD, but also some complementary products to Autodesk, which would be CTC Tools, for example, which is a plugin in Revit to automate several manual tasks, as well as V-Ray and Lumion for rendering. We also carry Leica and Matterport products for scanning and point cloud workflows, as well as Bluebeam for all of your PDF management needs. An example of some of the services that we offer: BIM consulting, training, so there's personalized training, and these types of webinars, which are offered for free. Programming and customization, scan to BIM, and obviously technical support. Our training is offered in basically two different flavors: custom training and open enrollment, where we also have these types of webinars that we mentioned to you, where our custom training is really personalized for each company's needs and their specific workflows. We do have training facilities across the country, and we're actually proud to employ the largest team of technical experts in Canada. And we are also happy to serve you either in our training centers or remotely. And we have a Solid Assist technical support program that is actually included for free with your purchase of all of your licenses from us. SolidCAD is a cancel company, so we offer a number of other services and products through our parent company, and all this just to say that we're essentially a one-stop shop for all of your technology needs. A quick example of some of the prestigious clients that we're very proud to work with. I'm sure many of you recognize a lot of the names that are on the list here. And just real quick, a summary: why SolidCAD? We've been named top Autodesk partner. We're a proudly Canadian company. We have Solid Assist technical support that's included. And we also have a dedicated customer success team. So just to say, when you work with SolidCAD, you work with the whole team. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Kisan, who's going to dive in to all the other well, I'm not going to say all, but because there's definitely a lot to cover. But Kisan's going to give an overview of a lot of the great other products that are included in the collection beyond AutoCAD and Revit. So with that, Kisan.
Hello and welcome to another webinar from SolidCAD. We have as a subject the AEC Collection beyond AutoCAD and Revit. Today, I'm going to give you the presentation about Autodesk AEC Collection, what it is, what we can do with it, and the benefit of using it in your daily life. I will introduce myself. My name is Kisan Nguyen, AEC Senior Technical Consultant at SolidCAD. For those who don't know me yet, I'm an architect by profession and have been working with Revit and BIM for the last 20 years. I teach and support clients across all Canada in all disciplines: architecture, MEP, and structural. I work much with all professionals as architect, engineer, as well as general contractors and subcontractors. I had the chance to work with all different stakeholders in the world of construction. I will share my knowledge with you in this presentation. The objective of our presentation are the following points. Learn and know the tools that are part of our collection, the benefit of using the tools of the collection versus a solo tool, the different possible workflow between software and other discipline, demonstration of several of those software. The AEC Collection, what it is exactly. At a certain time, not so far from now, we use one software or a few who work in silo, and we did a complete project with it. Today, it has changed, and we have access to a complete toolbox that contains different software that meet different needs during the increasingly complex design and project delivery process. Each of those software in the collection corresponds to a particular task for the different discipline from the beginning to the end of the project. The benefit of using the Autodesk AEC Collection. Increase operational efficiency, which allow you to lose less data during the transfer and allow you to automate tasks. Allows you to meet the new requirement for new projects. Reduce risk because it is possible to simulate everything virtually before the construction. Reduce your costs because the cost of renting the complete collection is less expensive than the cost of two software in the collection, and enable better communication between discipline with established workflow between software and information sharing inside of BIM 360 or Autodesk Construction Cloud. The collection contains software for all the disciplines that we can find in the AEC world. Tool for professionals such as architect, MEP engineers, structural engineers, civil, and all the other that allows you to make the design of your projects. Software that allows you to simulate and analyze the result of your design. Other software that allows you to take the design data and transfer it to your fabrication and shop drawing by reducing the loss of time and risk of error for contractors specialized in manufacturing, HVAC, plumbing, steel, and much more. Established process for all discipline for building, construction, and infrastructure project. Here is the list of software present in the collection. I will give you a brief description of the whole list without Revit, AutoCAD, Civil 3D, and all the different variants of AutoCAD. I will also demonstrate some of them. Infraworks is best known as a software for carrying out pre-project analysis. I will demonstrate the use of Model Builder, allowing you to create the content and environment of my project quickly, and then integrate my concept to make a brief analysis of lights and shadow based on the sun position. Model Builder is easy to use. You need to choose from the map the region you want to study, or you can also enter the name or an address to make your search easier. After you give the name to your project, and you can fill the optional description, you need to select the coordinate system to georeference your project. After you hit the Create button, then you will receive an email when everything is completed. In the following example, I only have to open my model, which is currently saved in the cloud on BIM 360 ACC. Since document management is provided in your AEC collection, you have the choice to save your data locally or on the cloud to share it with your colleague or other partner on your project. Imagine all the time needed for the collection of the data required to create your site during your project start. There's a huge amount of time saved with Infraworks and Model Builder. The data used to create your site come from OpenStreetMap for your street, road, body of water, as well as your building. The satellite image maps the ground come from Bings, while the elevation of the field data come from the following source, the National Elevation Dataset. In the last example in Infraworks, I used the data that came from the City of Montreal website to create a site with the building file that are CTGML file. The satellite ortho photo for the ground and the street representation are all coming from the same site. This allows me to show you the place Amélie Gamelin in Montreal near Uquam on Saint-Denis Street in Montreal. Then I import my Revit project into Infraworks to position a local system of my site. Infraworks allows me to integrate more than a dozen of type of file. I will finalize my presentation with a small sun study. I press display and sun and sky. This will make appear a window allowing me to change the date and time of my sun simulation. Simply drag the point for the simulation to change. .3D Max may be the software among the list that everyone has already heard of. Modeling, animation, and 3D rendering software for design visualization. 3D Max offers an advanced and flexible set of tools to create unparalleled design with perfect artistic control, visualize high-quality architectural rendering, model extremely detailed interior and object, and efficiently manage your atmosphere with your lighting and your material. Navisworks is primarily an integrator of files that come from several types of sources. This allows you to visualize and make different types of simulation, whether it is 3D, 4D, or 5D. With this software, we can visualize, do clash detection, quantification, simulation in time, as well as rendering. This is only a part of the thing that Navisworks can achieve. In the next demonstration, I will make you a clash detection between specific elements. That will help me in my workflow to find all the location where the fire damper on the dock should be when going through a rated firewall. I will show you how to do it inside of Navisworks. In the following demo, we will see a Revit project in architecture and mechanical. We will need to find some wall that have a certain value in the fire rate field, and we need to find them to place a fire damper in the dock according to the building code. We can do a basic clash detection in Revit, but it is impossible to put conditioning during this search. It is only category against other categories. I have a list of walls here that have a fire rate value. I will need to find them in my Navisworks project. I am currently in my Navisworks, in which I natively linked the Revit file into my project. Since I don't need my structure file, I will hide it. You see, when I choose an element, I have access to the same properties that I find in Revit. These properties, I will use them to filter the information in Navisworks. I will delete my previous search. I will use the search tool and I will use criteria that I have already pre-configured, so that I can use several times in my project. My criteria will help me to find the item that I searched in my architectural model. Afterward, I will save my search result under a selection set that I will name Firewall. I will subsequently do the same for my docks in my MEP model, and I will save the whole thing. I will need my result for my clash detection later. Next step, I will start my clash detection. The first step is to create a test and give it an appropriate name. After my selection tab, I will use my two previous selection set to find my item in my project. Then I validate my cut tolerance and I start the test. Afterward, a list of conflict will appear, and it will be possible to see them in all your project, just by clicking on your list. To finish, I will make a report that will allow me to find the element in my Revit project using the IT item that is on the report and much more information. I will save my report in HTML, which will be open later in your browser. It will be easy to find everything with the ID search tool in Revit. Autodesk Rendering allows you to render fast and high-resolution rendering in the cloud. You benefit from the extended computing power, thanks to the rendering capabilities of the cloud, so you can create photorealistic and high-resolution image in less time. It allows you to make stunning high-quality rendering from your design and templates. You only have to press a button. Everything will upload to the cloud, wait a few moments, receive an email that everything is completed. You only have to return to your site to see your masterpiece and send everything to your customer for approval. One of the most important thing here, you have access to the resource from everywhere and anytime. You just need to have some Autodesk credit. AEC Autodesk Docs is the document management part of your Autodesk cloud platform. You will be able to share your document, see your Revit, AutoCAD, PDF, and all Microsoft Office document, and much more, because there's an integrated viewer on it. You can also use your platform to manage your approval and transmittal. There is a issue manager integrated in your tool. Autodesk Construction Cloud Docs is a powerful tool to manage your communication through your AEC project. In the next presentation, I will give you a brief overview of the possibility of Autodesk Construction Cloud Docs, which is part of your AEC collection. First thing, Docs is accessible from your favorite browser, your mobile device, whether it's your phone or tablet, from the apps. In the next presentation, I will do it from my browser. I will only introduce you Docs and not all the other services available on ACC. When I'm in Doc homepage, I find my project browser that I have customized. My project file and those of the field are accessible from this place. I can see my file in the form of a list or icon. The two-way works. You will find that the history and versioning of the file are part of the platform. You can see here that my file has been updated recently. I just need to click on the file, and the built-in viewer will allow me to check the project. This is very useful for project manager, as they do not need to have a Revit license to accomplish this task. It will be possible to navigate to your project as you were directly in Revit, whether it's in 2D or 3D. When you click on an item, you have access to the same properties as in Revit, which is very useful. The ID number is the same as in Revit. By pressing the next icon, you will have access to your sheet and 2D views. Just a click, you will be able to make annotation directly on it. which will be shareable to the rest of your team. I can also create issue whether it's in 2D or 3D. In my case, I'm going to go back to my 3D view and create one. I just have to press the check icon and choose my type of issue and to place it into my project and locate it. In my case, I will choose a code problem. After, I will assign a problem to a user, a role, or a group. This allows the right to be managed more efficiently. I could complete the other information and even the due date, which will allow me to do the follow-up efficiently from my dashboard. After that, everything is complete. The problem will be found in a list, allowing me to do my follow-up. I will end this presentation by making a section in the project and take time to validate things. Here is a small overview of Autodesk Construction Cloud Docs and what it can do for your communication workflow in your project. No more email, everything is on ACC. Advanced Steel 3D modeling software for creating detailed plans of steel structures. By connecting engineers and manufacturers with a seamless design and detail work process between Advanced Steel and Revit, you can reduce the time it takes to move from design to manufacturing while simultaneously reducing error along the way. Automation of tasks. Generate complex structure in fewer steps with Dynamo extension for Advanced Steel. Use the library of parametric steel connection and dedicate tool to accelerate design and other tasks. Automatically generate and update steel fabrication deliverable. Create workshop deliverable driven by model and NC file for streamlined manufacturing and installation. Learn how Revit and Advanced Steel can work together in a seamless BIM workflow from design to manufacturing, which we'll demonstrate in the following presentation. Hi, in the next presentation, I have created a small basic structure in which I will add connections that come from the Advanced Steel database. I will put these connections in my Revit model and then send them back to Advanced Steel to modify them as I were a steel contractor. After, I will be able to return the change to Revit. Now go to the Structure tab and Connection. You will see all the possible connections in Advanced Steel database. In my case, you see that I have already chosen some connection for use in the project. Hi, here's the first step. First, choose the item of structure that you want to make a generic connection of it, and then change the type. It is very important to mention that to visualize the connection, it is necessary that the level of the detail is in high. I will put two other type of connection at the base of the column. You see how simple it is. Now that all the connections are present in my project, I can go to the properties and change the parameters like all Revit family. I will now go to my add-in and in Advanced Still and set up my export. Whether it's an advanced exportation or according to a library that comply with the standard of several countries. Afterward, I export everything and save it to my file. I'm now into Advanced Still. I'm going to start a project with one of my templates and I'm going to import my model from Revit. With my file, I will now change the appearance of my display to show you my model from Revit with all the settings and parameters that's coming from the other software. I will choose one of the connection and change its settings in Avinstall, and then save it to sync back to my Revit project. I will, in this connection, change the number of bolts. I'm now back to Revit. I will go back to the Avinstall tab and I will synchronize the change and the bolt will be redisplay correctly in my project. Autodesk Structural Bridge Design offers a set of capability for the analysis of design of bridge structure using the line beams, greyage, frame analysis, and finite element technique, all integrate into one product. Integrate analysis and design, speed up loading analysis, and code compliance checking. Design automation, automate repetitive design analysis and code checking task. Structural analysis, generate more accurate calculation for design section and beams. Format Pro is the software that allows you to design in the most intuitive way. It is the tool in your collection that comes the closest to the hand and the pencil to make your concept sketches. You can use it from your computer, your favorite browser directly on the net, or from your iPad with your iPencil. It is also possible to quickly integrate your design into your Revit project at a touch of a button. You need to install the plugin to do this. This allows you to do the following: massing in format to integrate it into your Revit project, do conceptual modeling in format with your Revit model open, directly interact from Revit to format and from format to Revit. In the following example, you should recognize the small house with the red roof that we find in the sample of Revit. First thing, you need to be in the 3D view. I will directly open my Revit model in Format Pro to continue my design. I will complete the layout of my patio. I go to the Massing and Site tab and then Format to 3D Sketch. You only have to select the element that will be converted to format. Here, I will leave it in real time so that you can really see the time required to make the transfer. First, my format will open and my Revit model will appear directly into my format. You notice the speed of transfer, and I'm doing everything from my laptop. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take an item that's already present in my library. I will use a bench to place it on the patio. I will rotate it and replace it correctly. Format Pro is very similar to SketchUp for those who are familiar with this product. I will now create my own patio furniture that I will design directly on the patio. I will make my own design and extrude my shape. You see that this tool is really near to the pen and the pencil, and this is very intuitive. I just have to group everything together and put a texture. Important thing in the material library is the same between Revit and Format. Afterward, I still have to press the R to return to Revit and select the item to return. Now I'm back in Revit. You realize that everything ends up at the same place with the same texture. You just saw a optimized workflow for your design and the ease of using Revit and Format Pro at the same time. Robot Structural Analysis Pro, or RSA for the intimate, is an advanced tool for structural analysis and verification of the conformity of the code integrated with BIM. RSA is a structural load analysis software that verifies compliance according to the code and standard of your country. It uses work process integrated with BIM to exchange data with Revit. It can help to create more resilient and buildable design that are accurate, coordinate, and connected to BIM. Exchange those data with Revit and other design tools. Test when load during the design to avoid costly change. Test the behavior of static, modal, and non-linear structures. Create high-quality advanced finite element mesh for more precise analysis result, and work with specific code for country. Recap Pro is the software that allows you to manage point cloud in the Autodesk world. The point cloud, which is the most accurate reality capture, allows you to make concept while reducing your risk of error. You can use Recap Pro to navigate to your project, to make validation, put notes, or even take measurement. The point cloud becomes the same source of truth for all the people working on the same project. It can be integrated directly into your Revit project, all the different versions of AutoCAD, Inventor, and many more. Recap Pro allows you to assemble your point clouds and read the ones that's made for you by the professionals from the world of surveying. We are currently in Recap Pro, the software that allows me to manage my point cloud. I am currently in a church that I have scanned and did the editing in Recap Pro. You can imagine the time required to survey a church as this one. It will take a lot of time, even weeks. For sure, you will have to go back many times because there will be errors or you have missing information. In my case, the whole thing was done in less than 2 hours. and with a margin of error less than 5 mm. You can be in photo mode or point cloud. You will be able to take measurement and even add notes, all while maintaining additional information and even attaching picture. You can also search through the database to effectively find your information regardless of where you are in your project. It's also possible to do other things, such as analysis of a floor flatness. I will select here floor points on the existing floor and create a plane of a certain thickness, and I will be able to validate if the floor is straight. You can observe here that this one is not. I will show you what we can see when we have linked our point clouds into Revit. First, we can see it in 3D or in all other types of view. We can even make section through the point cloud directly. I will even design and add a wall to the project. I will be able to go directly into my 3D view and see the changes. Inside is your plugin that works inside of Revit and Format Pro. That's allow you to do your lighting and solar analysis. I will show you how we can do it directly inside of Revit. Inside, enable architects and engineers to design more energy efficient building with advanced simulation engine and building performance analysis data integrated into your Revit or Format Pro. Just install the plugin, which will allow you to do your solar or lighting and shading analysis in your project. In the next demonstration, I will make you a lead lighting study. I'm currently in the school sample project when installing Revit. First step, make sure that I have installed the plugin to be able to access the Energy Analyze tool. The tool is under the Analyze tab. You can download it from the manage.autodesk.com site. Before you continue, it's important to mention that you need to have Autodesk credit to do your study. Once in your lighting study, you make a new analyze by choosing Run, New Analyze, and Go. You have a list of several types of analyses here. 3 of them are part of LEED standard. After, you need to select the level that you're interested for your study. Depending on your selection, there will be parameters to adjust according to your criteria. In my case, I will take the LEED 2009. I will have to choose the size of the resolution that can be 12 or 76 grid. Afterward, I will check the cost of it before doing my analysis. I will start my analysis. Everything will be uploaded to the cloud for the analysis, and I will wait for the result to come back to me. In my case, I'm going to go back and choose a result that I have previously done. So I will show you the result. First, I will choose my analyzed result. After, a window with a summary will appear, and it will color map my result in my 3D view, with a legend explaining the light intensity in lux. I will change the scale of my view, then a legend will adjust automatically. After, I will create a floor plan with the result using my section box on a new orientation for my view. You will see that the legend will adjust also. Fabrication CAD MEP is the software that provides an integrated set of tools for MEP trades contractors for detail and manufacture mechanical engineering system. Create more detailed template for installation according to your standard. Produce cutting sheet for manufacturing from your NC and folder machine and other equipment. Take the Revit model and convert it to fabrication model to reduce duplicate work while reducing error and manual input, allowing you to be more productive as well as stay on budget. In the following example, I've took a MEP design project in which I have already linked my database from Fabrication CAD MEP with my Revit project. What I will demonstrate here is the transformation of my model that's come from engineer to manufacturing according to your standard. First step is to select the item I want to convert. Then with the design to fabrication button, I convert everything and choose my fabrication services. Once this is done, my design is automatically converted into fabrication. Then I reselect my fabrication part to optimize the length, and I will make sure that only I have my fabrication family in my selection. You will see by optimizing everything, all my ducts have been recut according to the size of the metal sheets. You can see that everything has been already pre-configured in the part settings. You can also change the type of connectors in your parameter between the ducts. As a next step, we will optimize and retouch some of the part to reduce as much as possible the loss of material during their fabrication. Once this step is complete, make sure that it is only fabrication part that is selected for your exportation. We simply have to save them to a MAJ file that will be used by CAMDuct to send the data to the NC machine. Drives allow you to view more than 60 types of Autodesk and third-party files. In addition, if you make changes to your design for certain types of file, Drive automatically manages the reference. Adapt it to your workflow. Unlike standard cloud storage, drives allow you and your collaborator working on CAD, CAM, and BIM project to view model and drawing directly in the browser without plugging or download. The cloud to your desktop. View and organize files stored in your drive to your computer and desktop application, and download them only when you need to preserve them in your local drive. Vehicle tracking provides a set of transportation design tools that include vehicle sweep, path prediction for steered vehicle, light rail vehicle, and aircraft, as well as a parking layout design and runabout design. Sweep path analysis and predict the movement of steered and light vehicle and aircraft. Use geometric rules for more efficient layout, parking, rows, and bay. Quickly generate roundabout design that blend with existing or planned road. You just saw a brief summary of everything in your AEC collection. The different software that fill your toolbox, you have learned that they can be used for in your daily life in your office. Each software is oriented to a specific task in a global work process. The interaction between them is simplified to reduce the loss of time and the risk of error. Your collection allows you to enter the digital world through ACC and Docs, the Autodesk Cloud. It allows you to share and visualize your data efficiency in your favorite browser or mobile device, simplifying communication in your project. All that as a simple fraction of the price of the software included in your collection. This suite is intended for all disciplines that gravitate in the world of AEC.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Kison. That's great. Let's see. So we have a couple of questions. We covered obviously a lot of ground and a lot of material in a short time. As we mentioned, it was really just an overview. I hope it was able to provide some insight to lots of you on the value of the collections. For any questions that you might have, you can add it into the chat or to the question and answer panel, and we will address those. So yeah, as we saw, I mean, Autodesk has created these collections based on industry workflows. So AEC Collection for architecture, engineering, and construction workflows. So it's really not just about point products anymore, but really about combining it all together into a simple workflow for most of your needs. Let's see, one question, are these available for a trial? So yes, absolutely. You can get a free 30-day trial of any of the products that you saw demoed today. Those are all available right off of the Autodesk website. And let's see, we'll give a couple more minutes if anybody has any other questions. All right. The offerings, you're very welcome, Chris. It's a pleasure. And there will also be a recording available after this is done. We've been recording, and we'll make that available to all of you thereafter, so you can watch it on your own time, go back and read, and you can also obviously ask us questions anytime you need. Feel free to reach out to either Kison or myself or anybody on the SolidCAD team, and obviously we'll be more than happy to help you out. So with that, if there's no other questions, I'm going to thank everybody for their time today. I'll give you back about 7 minutes in your day. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on the next webinar. Bye for now.